All right, we're back from our break. Here we are, having escaped the engine room, narrowly, almost. We find our ragtag sailing crew just above the hatch, where you all have witnessed what y'all have just witnessed. What would you like to do?
Oh, I am
That's it.
so hurt.
I've gone insane.
No, Sasha. Sasha, look at me. And I'm going to try to soothe Sasha a little bit again. Just try to be like, that unfortunately was real.
What the hell was that? What? You two? What the fuck?
Sasha, you're safe, love, right now. We've just got to get you off this boat, though. We have to get off this ship. I will get you off somehow.
Where? We're in the middle of the fucking ocean.
I am sure we can figure out a way to get rid of it. Get off the boat.
Krutova, are you okay? You got thrown.
Yes. Oh, yes. Oh,
She's
so very
fine.
hurt. I am.
She is
I'm
fine.
gonna check her over and make sure that she's okay.
Hands up where we can see them, though, Krutova. None of that sneaky shit, okay?
Zarya, it is fun to play with your pets, but perhaps we should be going up to the. There may be an ally of some sorts towards the bridge. I may know someone up there.
All right.
We may need to radio for help.
Do you have one? Or where the ally is?
Yes, there is a sympathizer.
All right. I see.
believe.
All right. Okay. How's Krutova doing? She's fine. She's fine. Okay. Let's go then. Let's whole ass. Let's go.
I am not fine. I will
You're
not lean on you,
It's got a little
Sasha.
a scrape on our head. I might stop by the
Infirmary.
We're not going by the med bay. Never mind. We're not going by the med bay. Where do you want to go?
Edri?
The captain wanted information. I'm not sure this is the best information to bring the captain. However, I know perhaps the communications officer, and we may be able to. I don't know. Perhaps he can offer assistance.
I really don't think that doors are going to be a problem for these assholes, so can we get moving, please?
All
And you're
right.
saying that was not a hallucination down there.
No.
Oh no, there were monsters. I protected you from them.
I thought you got thrown across the room.
And then I kicked. Did you see then I kicked the gun out of his hand? It was.
She did kick a gun.
Right.
It was
Yes.
kind of cool. I will admit.
But no, see, I saw visions of these guys in those uniforms. I've been seeing visions for the past few days. This cannot be real. This cannot be real.
How about we walk and talk? Yeah.
First smart idea
Okay.
you had. Sasha, you're okay. And I'll just kind of like put my arm on Sasha and still like just talking soothingly, because I think it says when you talk to someone for a few seconds in a quiet voice, you can calm them down, blocking any panic, anger, or other negative emotions. This works even if the thing that freaked them out is still present, as long as my voice can be heard.
Okay.
Nice. Okay. Yeah.
So as
Sasha?
long as you can hear Zarya, Sasha, you're feeling a little better.
Sasha, do you have a weapon on you?
I have this knife.
Oh, no.
It is. Well, hold on. Because this is the knife that Sasser gets as the chosen one. So it has properties. I don't know if you would be able to tell that, though.
He probably wouldn't be looking for supernatural stuff on you, so he's gonna take out his pistol, not trying to wave around a gun on deck kind of thing. Let's make sure it's loaded and everything, safety's back on, turns it, hands it butt end towards you. He's like, hold on to this, at least you can keep away from and just stay back, please. You're gonna make Zarya very upset if you're injured.
Oh, it's true.
Okay.
And if that
So-
one gets too handy, I mean, at least you've got the pistol, right?
I know
I am
how to
just-
shoot.
Do we want to find out more from the person in the infirmary, what else they saw, or should we go to see about trying to find help? Zarya, do you have a preference?
I just want more information on this. I mean, I don't think that the crew proper is even going to believe us. So I don't know. Let's find your contact. I've got to get Sasha off this boat. So whatever is the catalyst to that, I'm happy with. I just want to get him to safety.
Perhaps.
Why me?
What do you need for him?
It's none of your business, love. Why do you
Oh, I
need
see.
him?
As we are meant to be.
I don't
We're
think you want to
definitely
make
not.
babies with him. I don't see that in your eyes. Like, that's not that kind of, like, I don't know. You've got some weird, like...
You're very nice. I don't like girls. We're not.
Now
meant
is
to be.
shush. Now is not the time. You are panicking.
He's
It is-
just not that into you. Adric,
No.
lead the way.
Right.
It's because I'm panicking that I can say anything about this right now. No.
Oh, I am so hurt.
You
My
have a
heart and my
concussion.
body. And you are, oh goodness. I don't like it when we fight. Let's just...
Oh god, if that's what she calls fighting, then I really don't want to know what else she does. Okay. Edric, lead the way, darling, and Sasha, maybe come on this side of me. Krutova, I think you could use a bit of a timeout from Sasha. And I will try to position myself between them.
Absolutely.
So
Okay.
just going wherever Zarya puts him.
I will
Sorry, go ahead.
not like that. She's gonna try to get as close as possible within the immediate surrounding situation. Yeah.
Adric will then head towards where he thinks Alexander Voronin would be. He understands he works in the communications area, which he's going to guess is going to be near the bridge. But at the same time, I don't think wants to be seen by the captain so that they don't have to give a report necessarily, because it seems like an unlikely to be believed report.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
You would know that the communications, the spot is indeed on the bridge, and you know the captain's quarters are under the bridge. So you're gonna have to kind of go by the captain's quarters where his office and his sleeping bunks are, but you don't have. You could just keep going up the stairs. You don't have to stop there if you don't want to. And that Alexander is on communication for being there to get to the telegraph lines, it's close to the stern.
Okay. Start heading there then.
Yeah. You are on the kind of main level of the ship. You're on the deck. You can exit this door and make your way across the main kind of area of the ship where you can see out to the North Sea. It's a very kind of cloudy day. The sun's not super. It wasn't super high in the sky when you got out here anyway. It's kind of gloomy. It's not going to rain yet. Kind of feels like it might. And you can kind of notice that the sun is starting to dip a little bit lower in the sky. And as you move along the ship, how are you walking? Are you close up to the railings? Are you just walking down the main, getting there as fast as you can?
Probably move as fast as I can until I get close to the captain's quarters, and then I would just make sure that I would listen out for him, and as long as I don't see him, carry on. Now, I would probably suggest I try to move to the communications officer by myself at that point, but up until that point, I would say there's no harm in us moving as a group.
Yeah.
And I would kind of want to linger back a little bit, like, just exactly that, just to watch for cues from Edric, and just still trying to soothe both of them just to keep us quiet and somewhat stealthy-ish, but
Yeah, there are some people on the deck that they're just kind of milling about. They're going about their daily business. And you guys can make your way across the stern. The sea is looking a little choppy. It's not the best of conditions, but you managed to make your way across the stern. No one's really stopping you. A couple people are kind of like looking at why a group of you is moving towards the bridge, but no one's gonna bother you. And if you want to follow Adric out the door, you could move your tokens and see what the deck of the ship looks like.
I'll go on.
Is a big ship.
It's a big ship.
Don't walk your token off the edge.
Yeah, don't
Oh
jump.
my.
No, it just wouldn't let me move. Right, there we go.
So you would know that the bridge is up here.
Exactly.
If you can see where I ping.
No. Sasha.
Break it up, you two. Break it up. Sasha's like, please, break it up.
So much. Yeah, and so as you're getting close to the bridge, there are the stairs that will lead you up to the bridge, and the ones that will lead slightly down to get to the captain's offices and his quarters. There is a guy on duty outside the captain's door. He's just kind of standing there at attention, and he kind of looks up from his place at the bottom of the landing from the stairs and kind of gives you a nod, Adric, and you head on up to the bridge. The bridge is fairly small. There's a door you have to open to get in, but there are a couple people moving about, and there's the navigator who is currently kind of like positioning various pieces of machinery that none of you totally understand because you're not really meant to be doing any of the actual ship work. And you see that off in the corner with a kind of like a headset on is Alexander Voronin, who's kind of an older guy. He doesn't look like he really should be on this ship anymore, but it's 1916 and the Russians are going to take whoever it's going to serve. And as you turn and like the group of you shuffles into the bridge, some people like stop and look at you, and Alexander is like, Adric, how can I help you today? Here on the bridge of our ship.
Oh, I apologize, realizing that everyone followed me in. I apologize for the interruption. We wanted to prepare an event for this evening to boost the morale of the crew, who we know has had a very difficult, the spirits being low just with the waiting. Strong and absolutely committed to this, but movement keeps the heart pumping. So we wanted to stir some hearts this evening, I believe, correct, Zaria?
Yeah.
She's just like dead-eyed, staring in the distance.
And we wished your help, for we understand you have some talents of your own. We wished to speak with you briefly about, perhaps in private, so that as not to break the surprise for our dear captain and all the other crew here.
Yes. My performance skills. I'd like you to roll to persuade someone.
Yeah, because like we could get lost, like not too lost.
Roll to manipulate someone. So roll plus charm.
Thank you.
It's not a super.
I am not a charming person.
Oh no. You are putting on this show. You went off on a bit of a tangent, and Alexander is like, yes, the performance that obviously we have planned. And he's like not putting it, he like you're trying to get him to play along, and he sort of is, but it's not doing a good job, and like people are like looking back and forth between you, and he stands up kind of awkwardly and like hits his knee and is like, I will absolutely discuss my accordion performance skills with you outside. And kind of having made the scene on the bridge.
Let's give them some space.
As he starts coming through to the rest of the crew that's on the bridge there, it's kind of like, he's going to take some convincing. He's very nervous about his skills.
I am but a humble accordion player. My accordion needs tuning. That accordions need.
Sorry.
Your computer might need tuning after that attack.
There we go.
A rogue cat attack.
Yeah.
This scene is playing out. He's willing to go with you if you want to lead him somewhere else, or if you want to usher the others out.
Sure.
I'm gonna usher you out.
Yeah, you guys can go off actually onto the deck. You can go around the corner, kind of towards the railing of the ship if you want.
Yeah.
And some things will happen.
I'd like to do something, if that's all right.
Yeah.
I have friends on the force.
Mm-hmm.
I know a few cops that can be persuaded to look the other way or do a favor for certain considerations. I would like to. I don't know if I could talk to this person. Adric is already talking to him, but there's probably other people on the bridge too. I'm not sure which one of them is my friend, but I would like to persuade them to get rid of this Zarya. She's in my business. I need her to be off doing something else.
Absolutely.
Bring it.
So I would like you, for your friends in the force, I'd like you to act under pressure.
Okay.
And we'll see if you're going to know where they are.
Right,
that is cool.
I will use my +1. So
You're
it's
7?
not. Yes, it's a 7.
Okay.
I'll get rid of
So
that.
on a 7,
But I could just make it
luck,
60 though.
but
Use
you
my
have
luck.
your thing. If you
My
use
thing.
luck.
It's fine. It does say soon in one single sentence very ominously, but that's fine.
I'm looking on your sheet for where soon is.
Crooked special.
Yeah, crooked special.
Can you read it out loud? Or-
You can go for it.
Whenever you spend a luck point, someone from your past will reappear in your life. Soon.
Perfect. Beautiful. We love it.
Interesting on a ship.
Yeah.
So you're gonna
I
use
don't know.
luck.
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, you are absolutely going to be able to do what you wanted, and something extra. To do what you want to absolute perfection. So as you're kind of like backing your way down the stairs, you look down and you see the same guy who's outside the captain's quarters. That Adric had noticed at the bottom of the stairs. You can poke your head down there, and you see that you do know this guy. You have somewhat of a history with him. When you came on the ship first, you absolutely terrified this man. You got him to basically agree to do whatever it is that you need him to do, or else. And he looks up at you and goes, "Oh, no."
I lean over the banister, and so I'm like, all like, and then I get up into his face. I'm like, hello. What was his name?
Dobry.
Hello, Dobry. And I like grab his chin. I need you to do me a little favor.
Christova? Absolutely, ma'am. What's the
Wonderful.
favor?
It's very easy. It's going to be probably very fun for you. You see Zarya over there talking to Sasha?
Yes.
I need you to just go get Zarya and talk to her a little bit, you know? Take her away. Maybe ask for a song or whatever she does.
Just talk to her?
Yes,
Didn't you guys go deal with the thing?
Did I say you could ask questions?
Oh, no, ma'am. No, ma'am. Okay.
All right,
How do
now
you
you
want
go.
me to take? Do you want me to
I'm sure you can
take
figure it
her
out, honey.
away?
Yes,
No,
yes, you go.
take her
Yes.
away?
All right, I am going to go talk to Sasha now.
Okay, that was not clear direction. Okay, Zarya! And she's like, coming up the stairs.
While she's talking to that guy, and Sasha's feeling much calmer with Zarya talking to him, I would like to read a bad situation looking back on the visions I've had.
Absolutely.
Good call. Good
Go ahead
call.
and
That's
roll
cool, that's
plus
cool.
sharp.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
You actually rolled though.
Hey, an 11. Yes, on a 10 plus, you can hold 3, which means you get to ask me 3 questions from that list. And if you act
Okay.
on that information, you get a +1.
All right. Are there any dangers we haven't noticed?
Are there any dangers you haven't noticed? Thinking back to your vision, you remember that in that vision there were multiples of these guys kind of holding guns, and one of them had made eye contact with you and had just kind of like shook his head, trying to warn you about something before everything kind of happened, before the shot rang out and before your ankles got grabbed. And he seemed like he had been warning you right before you got grabbed, and that there were more hands reaching up out of the floor than just the ones that had grabbed you. And it seems like however many of the people in that room there could be more. And there's probably more than the 3 you know about. The guy that ran into the engine and the 2 that came out of the furnace. That's a danger. You know that they were yelling about where a spy was and why you were trying to sink their ship. That's what you remember, having looked back at all of that. And so there's something about thinking. There's the warning before the hands went to grab you. And that's it so far, thinking about your vision. And that running seemed to be a bad move when it came to these guys.
Okay. So, if running's a bad move, what's my best way out?
Your best way out, having seen what you saw in the engine room and now with your vision, it looked like they wanted answers. They want something from people. And they were more likely, it seemed like they were going to question you first, though they were perfectly willing to kill you. So you could try and appease them, or you know that they can get hit. You saw Kristova shoot one, and it did hurt it. But you could either kill them, or you could try and talk to them. There are about 2 equally good ways out.
Okay, cool. And then the last one, I guess, what's the best way to protect people on the ship?
What's the best way to protect people on the ship? You remember that when you were in the vision, when the doctor panicked and ran, he got shot. He got killed. And so either keeping people from panicking and just running from these things and causing a whole panic seems to have stirred them up, and that might get them caught faster. Either you're going to need to convince them to capitulate and just go along with it, or fight. You're going to need to warn them, because the doctor's response was to run, and that killed him in that vision. So people are going to need to work together a little bit here.
Got it.
Cool.
Okay.
So should you act on any of that information, you'll get a +1 to whatever roll you think you might need to roll to.
Certainly be acting on that.
Yes.
Zarya, shouldn't we be warning people about this?
I think so. I want to hear what Edric says first about this contact. All I know is that I need to protect you. And if protecting the rest of the ship means protecting you, then I'll do it. Don't ask me why.
What?
Just...
Why? You
You're
can't just say
special.
something like that. You can't just say that and then tell me not to ask why.
Just keep listening to my voice. Just try to keep calm. We've got to get through this. Now that Krutova, I don't trust her as far as I can throw her, and she can be thrown. But do you trust Krutova? Like, how do you know her? How are you two connected?
She keeps trying to flirt with me, and she keeps minorly injuring herself so she can sit in the medbay and fawn.
I've got a bad feeling about her. I mean, we have history. I will say that. She's not to be trusted.
As you hear that she's not to be trusted, you hear a voice coming up the stairs going, Zarya! Zarya! And you see this young man in a, like, his uniform's a little mismatched, clearly hasn't been washed, and you see Dobry just kind of marching his way up the stairs. And this is poor Ensign Dobry Turgenev. And he is looking a little stressed as he's Zarya, I needed to talk to you.
Oh, really? What's going on?
Are you okay?
Yeah, you know, I feel like
You seem stressed.
Yes, I am. I have a personal matter to discuss with you.
Well, it sounds serious. Why don't you, like, you know, take a load off? Just talk to me. And I put my hand on his arm, just like, again, just trying to soothe. Like, what's going on, honey?
Could we go, like, not? And he's like looking at Sasha and is like, can we?
Sasha's like, oh, okay. I see. I
don't want to sit like on the ground. There's like.
I'll just step over here. Don't worry about it. I won't.
Yeah, thanks.
No, Sasha, you stay nearby. Speaking of, Dobry, darling, have you seen Krutova?
Sasha's just like, I'm gonna step on the other side of the mess to deal with.
No, Sasha, you stay nearby. Where is Krutova?
I'm just right here.
I haven't seen Krutova.
I wish I could roll insight. Is there a way to, like, discern if they're telling the truth?
I mean, other than you're just kind of bullshit here, like detector here. He's acting kind of funny, you know he is, but he's just kind of like, I just want to like do 3 steps that way. You'd still watch,
you know,
Sasha.
I'm just like, I'm right
just
here.
I need.
I can't hear what you're talking about. I know it's private. I'm here.
Yeah.
Sasha, do not go anywhere, even if Krutova comes back. Anything.
Right here.
Do not leave with her. You promise?
Sure, I promise.
Okay. All right, darling. Okay, Dobry, what is it? Please make it quick, honey. I'm so sorry, but we're on something important.
He like tugs you over to the railing and he's like, I need your full attention. I have a very important thing to tell you. And
Spit it out.
Is that... Huh?
Can I do something? Are we like...
Oh no, he's like looking around. Where are you?
Okay, I wanted to try to like sneak around the other side and around the like mast and be like, and kind of stumble up to Sasha holding my stomach. Oh, I think when I got kicked, I think I might have some kind of internal bleeding or something.
Okay, you're there. He can kind of see you out of the corner of his eye, but he's going, I have things to tell Zarya. And that is... I'm in love with you. And I had to confess my feelings right now. And that's why I'm sweating so much.
Oh, what a self-aware young man. I am so flattered. This is just... Oh, honey, this is just so sweet. Oh, young love, you know I'm too old for you, sweetheart. And my heart belongs to somebody.
I don't care how old you are. You're...
In this day and age.
The love of my life.
Oh, do you know what that means, though, honey? I don't know if you do.
No. But I know what I feel. And that is a desire to keep you in my line of sight. A little bit of time.
Love at first sight and all that kind of stuff. It can kind of get wishy-washy. How about this? My
We've
love.
been on a
my
boat for a
sweet love.
while. This is
Ah,
our
hush.
first-
Ah, hush.
Okay.
Ah, hush, honey. Here's what we're going to do. Mwah, and I'm going to give him a kiss on the cheek. You're going to go back, and I want you to contemplate this. I really want you to think about your life goals. Think about where we're headed, which is not anywhere right now. You have lots of time to think. You have to understand the way that you feel, times that by an exponential amount, and that's how I feel about the love of my life. So go on, go contemplate.
The love
It's
of
so
your
sweet,
life-
but please just go off on your own. I have much important things to do right now.
Can I
and
try to?
yeah,
Can,
What would you
go
like
on.
to do?
oh,
Try to manipulate him.
Yeah, you can absolutely try and manipulate someone to see if you can convince him to leave.
It's poor guy.
No,
That's in.
my plans.
What were you gonna do? I'm so curious to know.
Christopher, would you like to also manipulate someone? We'll see who might have the higher roll.
Yes.
I'm for it.
Yeah,
I
let's
want-
roll
I
off.
want-
Because he
okay,
can eat
Sasha.
both of you.
While this is happening, Sasha has gone back into medic mode because that is like the one familiar territory, and he's just like,
Yeah.
we're talking about you having pain in your stomach, and, like just going down the checklist, and he's like, I'm assuming he dropped his med kit when he dropped all
Oh
his
yeah,
stuff.
he left that in the engineering room. It is.
That's what I figured. So I think he's like tearing apart the shirt underneath his uniform to like form bandages for her head.
Yeah, absolutely. She's got a nice bruise.
Yeah.
Christopher, why don't you go ahead and also roll plus charm as your.
Oh wow. Okay. It's sure this will be fine.
Oh, it's not loading for me. There it goes.
Uh-huh.
Ooh, yeah.
No.
No.
Should I? Can I do luck? Can
Up to you.
don't know.
I have a counter going for soon.
For soon.
Just
For
be
soon.
aware.
Well, there's a lot of game left. You know, it's fine. I'll take my lumps. I'll get him next time. Get him next
Okay.
time.
Rad. Awesome. Good.
Get him next.
So you're gonna try and get a 12 that'll beat Zarya's 11 there. So I will say that'll knock it down. I'm gonna say Kristova's successful roll is gonna keep him around, but you still
Oh no,
pretty.
no. I said I was fine failing.
Oh, you're fine. Okay, then yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
What? You have a -1 to your charm. Okay.
You know,
So yeah,
I'm
you're too
just
distracted by Sasha like actually being this close to you, and you're like looking for an opportunity. And Zarya with your 10, they'll do it for the reason you gave them. And he's kind of like, yep, you're right, Miss Art. I need to think about my life choices and my emotions.
And you deserve better. You do. You deserve much better.
That
I mean,
seems very self-deprecating. That makes me concerned.
no.
I respect your boundary.
Thank you. I'm older than I look. I'll just say that.
Be going.
oh my
I
god.
will catch you
Oh,
on
okay.
The port
dinner
side.
time. Yeah, it'll be
Okay.
fine.
Bye. Yep.
He's just like
Bye-bye.
backing down the stairs a little bit, and
Sasha?
he like looks at Kristova and is like,
Sasha Krutova,
I'm
where is
here,
that
I'm here.
girl?
Adric, where have you taken Alexander? Well, all
We've
of this
just
is
been
going
talking,
on.
so we might need to like go
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is all happening outside. Yeah. Alexander
Go
has like moved from the brig as like everyone else filters away, so you can have this conversation with Alexander.
Yep,
And
we're at
he's
the
like,
other side of the ship, on the port side, just like by the railing. When he comes over, I'm just smoking a cigarette, leaning against the railing there as I rejoin each other. And as we get together, have we met before? I don't think we have, right?
you
more
know each other. Like you've traded glances, and you may have heard him say his name, and you clued in, and he knows who you are, but you haven't actually had like a formal conversation.
So I'm very, very quietly as he comes up, and I look around, make sure nobody is within earshot. I'm like, comrade?
He looks around. It's like, comrade?
We have a situation below decks.
A situation?
Yes. We have... It's very important to our cause that we remove this young Mr. Sasha from this ship as soon as possible. I have not been given information as to why, but we have danger. Perhaps you and I, our cover comrade, has been blown below decks. There is a force that I'm not sure of, and I'm hoping that you might have further information about where and when we might be departing this location in the middle of nowhere, because I must get Mr. Sasha off of this ship.
Short of throwing him overboard, I don't know how successful you're going to be at that currently. All of the communication in and out of the ship is basically stopped. The captain has ordered us to stay exactly where we are until... I don't know. I think someone's coming to meet us. But he has said we're not moving for hell or high water. No pun intended. But I don't think... You'd have to really convince him to be moving for any reason. Who blew our cover?
I do not know this. Perhaps it is not our cover that's blown, but there was reports of a stowaway below decks. We are still investigating. I'm keeping this. As your comrade, I am giving you this information that there are deaths below deck, and I worry that we are going to experience greater harm before the night is through.
All right.
If you can get any information about where and when, I'd be most grateful for when we might be able to depart or when we might expect this other ship.
All right. I will keep my ear out. The captain was being particular about who got to see what coming in and out. If I hear anything, I'll come find you, and I'll tell you. I have to ask, is Mr. Fedorov of interest to our mutual comrade?
I am but a tool. But my understanding is this is of utmost importance.
Like to roll to manipulate someone.
All right. Which is charm. This is not my strong suit.
Hey, a 7. Yeah,
I'll take
a 7. They'll do it, but only if you do something for them right now to show you that you mean it. If they ask too much, they'll tell you what, if anything, it would do for them to do it. So he's kind of looking at you. He crosses his arms. He just like glances kind of over his shoulder at where Sasha's kind of patching up Christova, and it looks very strange. And he's like, "We're going to risk everything. The information I have, the information you have, just kidding. We're just trying to get to Switzerland. That's all we need to do. We're gonna risk it for the boy? What's in it for me? If the captain finds out, he'll throw me in the brig. Or worse, he'll shoot me. So if I decide to release sensitive information to you, what do I get?"
thinks for a moment. In his mind, he's thinking, there's supernatural powers on board this ship that this ship will not probably be able to fight against. The only thing he can really offer him is that he can try to survive. And he says, I give you this information in return. You know my partner, Zarya. She is not all she appears to be. She is not a civilian. She plays a great role in forces beyond this ship. I follow her in my quest to help our dear friend in Switzerland. With her, anything is possible. If you tie yourself to her, imagine a great many boons can come to you too.
All right. Information for information. Quid pro quo. All right. If I hear anything, I'll let you know. And if you hear anything, provide me the safest route to your Zarya. I'd like to see land again.
You have my word, comrade.
Gives you a nod, and as the kind of leads you back towards the stairs, he just holds his hand up for a second and goes, I think the first officer wanted to see you all, didn't he? They were yelling up a storm in the captain's quarters. Was that about the... Just kind of points back towards where the engine room is.
I believe so. I'm concerned that if we go and speak to them, they're not going to believe what's happening. Or the message will be conflicted.
You know,
we don't have solid answers.
They can't believe in anything they can't see past their own nose. All right, well, I'd move quick if I were you, if you don't want to have to talk to them yet. Good luck. I'll try and find you later if I hear anything.
Thank you.
Kind of salutes and goes back up to the brig, and as you turn back away from the stairs, you see there's a young man backing his way down those same stairs, pointing at Zarya, going, great talk.
Okay.
Love you. Bye. And goes down.
Come down to Zarya. Everything okay?
Don't ask.
Okay.
Just, I think that little brat is up to no good. I need to get back to Sasha. I can see him, which is good. But how did the talk go?
Poor boy looked a little starry-eyed.
Oh, I don't think it's stars. I think it's confusion.
It's been a confusing day. There is no word about a ship. There's no word about when, but apparently we are waiting for another ship.
That's
We're not going to move until then.
Oh,
I know you
I
want-
don't like this.
You're certain it's Sasha?
Oh, 1000%, my love. It's Sasha. He's important, and this is just confirmation to me that there are bigger forces here than even I thought. Like, I'm worried, but I know I've been urged to move forward with our plans. So I must do that, regardless of the cost. Are you sure you're okay to still help me?
Yeah. I'm okay to help you. Unfortunately, I may have just tied someone else to you. You may have to, may need to offer something to comrade here. We'll try to get him off the ship. I'm starting to I'm hungry.
Just put my hand on his face, just kind of gently, and oh, my love, can you hold out till, I don't even know if we can hold out till dinner time, but how can we best get you what you need now?
I can probably make it till we're back in the mess hall, if that's what ends up happening this evening. Otherwise, I will find other food.
I think we should get you sustenance, because as I said, I don't think those things will wait for walls and doors to be open. I think they'll just come find us.
Maybe if we go to the med bay, we can have a snack.
I will do my best to usher us there. I think you should go now, and I will try to get the other two to follow, and I'll... Oh, God's help me. I will try to get Krutova some help.
You seem to... I don't know this one, but you clearly seem to have a history.
She's a troublemaker. I can see the good in most people. I mean, you've seen that firsthand. But her...
It surprises me.
She worries me.
Fair enough.
Wolf in sheep's clothing, that one, I think. All right, I will usher the other two. I'll try to get them to go. Just go. Head there. Do what you can. And I'll meet up with you, my love, I promise. And whatever you promise to your friend, just know I trust you.
Okay.
I love you.
I love you. And I don't think he'll take off immediately. Rather not split the party if possible, but head to Zarya and to Krutova and Sasha.
Yeah, we'll head back to the two. Oh, Krutova, do you really need your... Actually, I should ask you this, Sasha.
Wait.
Do you need more equipment, darling? Do you need something else to be able to look over Krutova with her injuries?
More bandages, possibly. Was Dobry all right?
He's got a little bit of a misguided sickness, that's all. And I just shoot Krutova a glare.
Misguided.
It's not a real sickness. It's a disease of suggestion. Let me just put it that way. I think.
Oh, I feel so hurt.
Oh, I know you do. Yes, and let's get you something. Can we actually go to the infirmary? Just,
No, we're not. We should not go to the infirmary.
Oh, I think we should.
No, we really should not.
How will I get better?
I
Krutova can use...
bandaged you up. You. I think you're okay now.
We need more bandages, though. As you said, right?
Well,
Zarya...
I mean, I used my shirt, so it's like real bandages would be ideal, but we should not go to the infirmary.
Zarya, you can roll to manipulate someone. Because you have the ability to manipulate another hunter.
I know. I'm so sorry.
No, don't. Don't apologize.
A 9. Sasha, you get to mark experience if you
I'm
choose
so close to leveling up.
if you choose to do what they ask. It's basically treating this as a failure for you.
I got it.
And a
Okay.
success for Zarya. You can also choose to reject it, just you wouldn't get anything from it.
Right. I think he will go because Zarya has been so soothing to him so far, but he's definitely like, listen, I saw a vision of more of those people in there and everyone was dead and there was blood everywhere and Dr. Krasnov got shot. It's but he's like saying it as like he's walking there.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's worrying her more and more and more, but she's still just gonna keep trying to be like, yes, and we will do whatever we can to keep you safe. We just need to pick some stuff up, and we'll move on to somewhere you like.
I don't think we should run from them anymore. Maybe that seems like like Krasnov got shot and I got shot, and it seems like a problem.
Okay, that could be good advice. I think you're right. I mean, you did get shot, and that sucked. Big time.
Weirdly. Did you do something? You did something. It hurt, and then, but also there was no bullet wound, so I don't really get it.
It's just love. It's just the energy of love. That's all it is, right?
Not you
Like
too.
I just admit that love to people. I have gifts. Like you do.
Oh.
You're a healer, right?
I trained. I went to a school, sort
Well-
of. Not really, it's not really schools to draft, but like,
My training is a little more organic,
just-
folksy, I guess you could say, but I've got a few tricks up my sleeve. Let's get what you need, and we'll then get out of there. And I want to hear more about this, so tell me more about what you think would be safer with these creepy things. What would be effective? You seem
I
to have
don't-
some knowledge.
I don't know, but it seemed like they wanted to know something. So maybe I said something about like a spy, and I don't know. I don't.
And could we hear that, Jackie? Like, could we all understand that, or was that solely Sasha that could hear the spy talk?
Sasha was the only one that picked up exactly what was being said. You
Okay.
probably heard bits and pieces, but you were a little distracted by running away. So
Yeah.
like, it sounds familiar. You believe Sasha about that, but it's not specific.
Yeah. Oh no. Okay. Perfect. And at the mention of spy, though, too, like I'll just cast a concerned look at Krutova and just looking to see like if she looks suspicious or if she looks surprised too.
Also, something about sinking. They said that
That's not good.
we sunk them, maybe, I think, or they were sunk, and that doesn't make any sense.
They looked
Oh,
waterlogged, didn't they? Like they looked.
I
so-
mean, he spat a bunch of water out when you. What did you do to him? You like pointed at him and he vomited a bunch of water.
She just like emits a couple sparks from her fingers. Well, you know,
The fuck?
just things.
What is? Are you sure you want to be around somebody? Okay, you're telling me that you don't want to accept my love, and then you're fine with her coming in here and being like, "Oh, I gave you the power of love, and now I do sparks." Is that?
Well,
is,
no,
is it
I'm really
between-
not okay with that, actually. I really hope that. I mean, she's not nearly as bad as you, but like, that was definitely like a red alarm in my head when she said that.
I can understand that. I cannot explain everything without putting other people in danger or other things.
The whole
in
fucking
danger.
boat's in danger.
It is.
Presumably.
And I want you to look at me and I want you to tell me if I'm lying. My greatest desire and my greatest goal is to keep you safe. I cannot fully tell you why.
Why me?
Oh, that is
You've
so
said
weird.
that
She is so
several
weird. I think
times, like,
I
you
am
need to
weird.
get me
Krutova,
off
do you
the
want
boat?
to see how
Why?
weird I can get?
she is like a stalker. She is trying to stalk you.
you're a fucking stalker.
I don't know what you're saying.
Oh, Krutova, honey, I don't have to stalk to get what I want.
I am
I
so
don't
hurt.
Either of you. I'm
Dasha, where would you like to
Daria,
go?
just we're going to go to the med bay. We're going
Okay.
to get things.
Okay.
I don't know after that.
All right. So you
Okay.
guys can walk and talk a little bit as you move towards, and as
Yeah.
Sasha says, we're going towards the med bay. You're making your way up, and the med bay is kind of on a like a lower level, one down across the hall from the mess is down this long hallway, a good ways down the ship, to make room for things. And you guys get to the med bay. The door is open, but when you come in, it's actually pretty. It's a little dark until you fully step in and the light comes in, and you guys are expecting to see the main entryway. There are like curtained off beds. Sasha, you're very aware of what the med bay is supposed to look like, but when you come in, That's not what you notice first. When you come in, what you notice first, as you would line up about there, you can't see yet because we haven't placed you. You come in at the door, where I have pinged Scott is helping me because I am.
I want to read a
an
bad
ignorant
situation as
person.
soon as possible.
Yeah, that's okay.
Awesome.
Okay.
If you would like to read a bad situation because you come in the darkness, that is perfectly acceptable.
Oh my lord.
Yeah, it's dark in here. The red lights that are meant for only nighttime are on, and it's weirdly quiet. And Kristova, as you enter, you know when someone is out of the ordinary. Go ahead and read that bad situation.
Okay.
Can I investigate after?
Sure.
It's 8.
An 8. On a 7 and 9, you get to ask me one question. As you walk into this room, you notice that this main entryway of the infirmary, everything is kind of pushed to the side. You would expect there to have been people here. You were expecting the ensign there. Instead, you see 3 figures standing in the room, and the doctor, Krasnov, is tied up on the ground, leaning against the wall, as one of the figures is pointing a gun at him, and they turn and look at you. What would you like to ask? You get hold 1 for an 8.
Yeah. So I have 2 holds. Shit. There's all of the questions that I'd like to ask.
Pick one.
There's 3 of them. I'm in the doctor, and then we're standing here. What is the best way to get out?
Best way out?
Yeah.
For you, the best way out would just be to book it. You could probably leave these guys if you wanted to. You could just say, fuck this, I'm out. There is no other exit to the infirmary. If you physically want to get out, it's the door that you just came through and back down the hallway. If you want to get out of the bad situation, you're gonna have to deal with these men. Who, as you see, they're the same 3 men that you had seen in the engine room. And that one who you'd kicked the gun from is now pointing that same gun at the doctor. And they turn, and the one in the back looks at you all and says, more of them. You said there wouldn't be more. And he kind of kicks the doctor a little bit, and he says,
I think I was gonna duck out.
You're gonna duck out?
Yep,
Cool.
just gonna go get
Act
something.
under pressure.
Okay.
So roll cool.
Oh, man. There it is.
Hey, a 10.
10.
Yeah, you're gonna do what you're gonna set out to do. As he says, don't move, you're already started, and you just kind of duck behind Zarya, and you just slip right out that door before it closes behind you.
I just like, you do your job, and then I slip out.
And you get down the hallway as the door
Shit.
closes, and you are not a part of this.
Okay, bye.
You're gonna have to think about what you're doing. We're gonna come back to
tell
you.
you, because I do have things I want to do.
Yeah, if you want to send that to me, I will plan for that. The other 3, you barely hear the door close, Zara. You hear Kristova back out, the door shut behind you, and as the man says, don't move.
I don't plan on it, and I'll step forward.
Wait,
what were we gonna say?
I would
Go for
also
it.
like to try to talk to them, as Sasha seems to have figured out.
As soon as I hear your voice, I'm gonna shut up.
And this isn't going to affect what he is doing, but I just, as it happens, I will just say, I'll check what she's doing, and I'm going to phase into the wall behind us, but I'm not
Nice.
leaving. I'm going to make it look like I'm following, but I'm disappearing into the wall behind us.
So you just disappear into the wall behind. As you do that, and as you start moving backwards, one of them looks panicked, and he whips his gun around and tries shooting you. But it doesn't. You get into the wall. It doesn't hurt you, and the bullet actually hits the wall. It doesn't clang as loud as you thought it would. And again, that bullet kind of rolls onto the ground and fades away. And the three men are looking around and going, "What? What did he do? Who is that? What did he do?
It's fun.
Where did he go?
You, isn't it?
What? What are you talking about?"
Hold on. Let's just slow down for a minute. What are you after?
You are trying to sabotage our boat. You're trying to sink us, and you're going to betray us, and one of you is a spy somewhere on this ship.
No, we're not trying to sink your boat.
That would be very bad.
Yes, I mean, this is... I don't know where you came from, but this is the boat that I work on, and we definitely don't want to sink it. That would be really bad. It's also the only boat, so sinking it in general would be terrible. So I don't know.
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
This is a U-boat. We're at the bottom of the ocean. What are you talking about? Sit down by this fucking Russian and answer our questions.
I am trying to answer your questions.
You're not doing a good job. Where is the spy?
I don't know. I was not aware that there was a spy.
You're not aware. You're not aware. Wonderful. How many people am I going to have to start shooting until someone fucking cooperates?
You don't have to shoot
Hopefully
anybody.
none.
I don't know. I'm thinking of starting with you. And he points the gun at Zarya.
Go ahead.
Well, hold on. I mean, maybe we can help you find the spy. What do you know about the spy?
What do I know about the spy? What do you know about... This isn't a game. This is not a friendly conversation.
Well, I'm trying... I don't know anything about the spy. I'm trying to help you find the spy. So, but I know this boat, and I know the people in this boat. So
You're making my head hurt. What?
From our perspective, you are not supposed to be here. You are not on a U-boat. You are on a battleship. A Russian
You are on the
battleship.
Latin right now.
And he starts grabbing his head.
Do you see us? We are dry. You are wet.
No,
and for some
no.
reason, you're German. What are you doing on our boat?
This isn't making... And he starts... And as you start mentioning that he like you are dry and they're wet...
He's German.
When he's German.
Oh, you German.
You see just like water pouring out of his eyes and his mouth.
Oh, don't cry.
And he's like, his eyes are starting to get redder and almost like they're glowing. And he just turns and looks at the other men who are also grabbing their head. And he's going to look back at you, Zarya.
Oh, no.
And I need you to roll plus cool.
Okay.
Just a straight roll plus cool.
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh, dang.
You are frozen in fear as you meet this man's eyes. It's almost like you can feel the pressure hitting you, and it's almost like you're the one who has water coming out of their lungs, and you're momentarily frozen as his anger just hits you. And you just stop where you are as one of them turns to point the gun back at Dr. Krasnov, and the other one turns to point the gun at you. And
This is like fiction.
I would like to, as one of them turns the gun on Zarya, I would like to roll to protect someone.
absolutely. Absolutely. Go ahead and roll plus tough.
I don't want to use up all my luck yet either.
8.
An 8. With an 8, you protect them okay, but you'll suffer some or all of the harm they were going to get. Would you like to take some of the harm? I will give you a condition. You can take the harm or you can take the condition. Because they haven't attacked yet. They're going to. But you can take what's happening to Zarya right now. Or
I would say
move.
the harm, because he's not particularly in tune with the whole like weirdness happening. So he's more of just like, I see a gun pointed at this person and I need that not to happen.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So this thing, one of them points a gun, and as he's kind of shaking his head, he actually drops the gun and starts lunging at Zarya, and you jump in the way because you realize she's not moving. She's like frozen there for a second.
Mm-hmm.
And so you jump in the way, and this thing just grabs you by the throat and screeches in your face, and you are going to feel almost like you're freezing from the inside out, and you're going to take 2 harm as this thing.
Now, I did forget about this last time I took harm, but I have resilience as one of my moves, and it says that my wounds count as 1 harm less for the purpose of Keeper's harm moves. So does that mean I only take 1 harm?
Yep, it means you only take 1.
Awesome. Cool.
That's
Thank
good
you.
old chosen status. So you only take 1 as this thing grabs you by the throat and kind of pins you up against the wall. And the other 2 start moving. Adric, we're gonna deal with what you're doing, and then we're gonna deal with what Christova's doing also at the same time.
How long
you were watching all
last?
this happen? It
Like
is
frozen.
It's going to last as long as you are maintaining eye contact with this thing. That's what you realize, like, as long as he's staring at you,
Okay.
this is happening. And you can't really break your gaze. Like, you can sort of shift, but you can't actually move away from where it is you're going. You're kind of backed up against the wall.
Okay.
Is it possible for me to figure that out? That it is the gazes?
Yeah.
You could roll plus sharp.
I would like
Roll
to do
plus
that.
sharp. And we'll see.
I want to burst it so badly.
Yeah. This is all happening while you are running. So, like, this
Yeah,
is
I
happening.
know.
So you got a
I'm just so
7.
7. You can... I'm going to say you can figure out, at least you know which one is causing this.
Okay.
You know that he's doing something. You have now just felt that one of these things can... It feels like you're literally freezing from the inside out where this thing is touching you. So you know that whatever this thing is doing, it's not good, and that one is focused on her.
Okay. Can I do one more thing before we switch to someone else?
Yeah.
I would like to take my knife and throw it at the one that's freezing Zarya.
Yeah, rad. Roll to kick some ass.
Hell yeah. Okay, that's plus tough.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Krotova, was your...
I'm going to use a luck point. I'm using a luck
Okay,
point.
that's fine. Krotova, your...
The knife also has the magic tag,
Oh yeah, it does.
so it can do. I don't know what it does.
Yeah. Krotova, your 5 was for what thing you were trying to do? Manipulate?
yes, but it's plus 2.
Yeah.
Because I have a hold too.
Yeah.
So it's 7.
7. Okay, I just needed to know which one was for which. Cool. So, you... Sasha, you're gonna use a luck point and throw this knife. Your...
So that becomes a 13? 12 plus 1?
Yeah,
Or
so on a
just
12 plus, you get to pick an enhanced effect.
Yes.
From my little list there of those things, of you completely hold advantage, all hunters involved in the fight get +1. You suffer no harm, your attack inflicts double the normal harm, or your attack drives the enemy away.
Ooh, I'm gonna go for double the normal harm because that's
Okay.
fun. So it's a +2 harm knife.
It's a +2 harm knife here, so you're gonna do 4.
Yeah, that'll be 4 harm.
Cool. Cool.
And you get to throw something from my fate at me because of luck.
Absolutely. So I'm gonna take 4. You are like, you're being held against the wall by this other dude, and you're just like, okay, and just take your knife and fling it at this guy. It hits him like square in the chest, and he looks at it and pulls it out, and there's no blood. It's more water is pouring out of it, but he looks like he's kind of crumpling in on himself. And your good old fate. As you do this, you hear in like the back of your head a voice. You don't totally know who it is, and all it's saying is, Sasha, where are you going? They're here, they're in the town. Run! And that's all you hear. You don't recognize the voice at all. And I'm glad I could provide you that. Adric and Christova. Adric, you're in a wall.
Yep.
Watching this happen.
Yes. So, really quick, the map that we're looking at here, is this up to date with where things are? Because I know one grabbed...
Yeah, this guy is about here. This guy's up
I'm
on...
pinned against the wall, like in
Sasha.
front of.
Sasha?
Okay, yeah, there, that works.
Yeah.
That was not here.
Yeah, Christova's not there, but we're not going to put you out there yet. We'll just keep it there.
Okay, so the one that that Sasha threw, the one right in front is holding Zarya.
Mm-hmm.
Which one did you throw the knife at?
This guy. That's the one on Zarya. There's a guy over here, and there's a guy with Sasha.
Okay. So when this all started happening and I go into the wall, I would like to, if possible, be moving through the wall while I'm listening in.
Absolutely.
To basically come out behind this dude here.
Yeah. Right.
And as I'm getting closer and closer, I can sense like these are not from here. These are not supposed to be here. They still smell good. And as I come out of the wall, Adric goes in. He's a tall, lanky, 6-foot person, but as he kind of comes out from the wall, right behind this German soldier, this submariner, presumably, Adric is like almost 7 feet at this point, just elongated, and these like long and stringy, almost weirdly distended jaw, and his arms come out from behind, and his long piano fingers usually are just these long spikes, like 6 to 8 inches each, on each of them, blades on the edge of each of them, and I'm going to try to throw my fingers through its back, and I'd like to roll to kick some ass.
You go ahead and do that.
That was so cool, Scott. That was the coolest thing ever.
You go do that.
Splendid, Scott.
Yes.
Please don't fail. A 9.
9. Okay. A 9. On a 9, you and whatever you're fighting inflict harm on each other.
Okay.
So what are you're attacking with your...
My natural bladed thing. I'm sorry. I stick them into it, but what my actual attack is with the jaw distending, that I bite into it as I attack.
Yeah.
That is actually it's a bite attack.
How much harm do you do to this thing as you bite into him?
Having taken a extra +1 to harm to its base. I'm sorry. This is my it's a 1 harm +1 for my extra +1 from my extra move. So it's a 3 harm life stealing attack. So I don't know if that life steal applies before I take damage. Probably not before I take damage from this thing, but
no, you have utterly surprised this thing. Yeah, you appear behind it, and Sasha and Zarya and the other things turn to watch you emerge from the wall, fingers first, and attack. Jaw distends, you bite, and it looks like you're draining this thing. It almost like flickers as you start.
It's not. I start to like suck the thing in. You see like tendrils of it, like this white wispy stuff. The same as I'm playing piano. There's always this cigarette smoke drifting away, and it's like the opposite of is happening. Of this smoke just sucking back into Adric as he's like sucking in and pushing his arms and his claws and his teeth through this creature.
As you do this, and he's freaking out. He's flickering. It's almost like he's sort of fading out and then comes back, and he like reaches out, and a scalpel for one of the trays that's on the ground flies back and hits you. You are going to take with that you're gonna take a +2. As this thing hits you, and as it hits you, it almost feels like that cold is seeping into where it hits you. It's almost like this thing took some of that smoke as you're trying to suck it out and forced it into you.
And so that's 2 harm?
With the scalpel, 2 harm. Unless you have armor.
As I lick in this long tongue, kind of like, it's like, a sauerkraut.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Krutova, you're gonna have to explain to me exactly what you're doing here in a moment on...
Yes.
I will tell you, you've gathered about 4 people in your manipulate someone. And you have managed to gather what you wanted to gather.
Perfect.
Okay. So you can make it back to this room.
Okay, as I was running, I was just like, there are intruders in the med bay. People are hurt. We must go. The doctor is hurt. And just running, and then get to the door. People behind me, kick it in, holding an assault rifle, and shoot it at the first bad guy that I see.
Absolutely. You kick this door in, and you have people behind you. You have an assault rifle. And the first thing you see as you come in is this monster basically wrapped around this flickering figure. And you're like, well, fuck! And you can shoot that, the one that Adric has by the teeth, tongue, claw.
Great. Assault rifle is a area attack.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Area attack. A spray and pray.
How much of an area?
It doesn't say. It just says 3 harm, close, far area.
Close.
I think it says close and far. I don't know why.
Okay, I will say because you're firing kind of forward, you can probably get this guy, and this guy, and
I
depending
can't
on
see
how
anyone, so.
Oh, that's probably because it's a little dark in there. There is a dude.
It's fine. I just know I'm hitting people.
Yeah. Okay. You're hitting people. You can hit 2 of them, and depending on how well you roll, you might hit Adric too.
Alrighty. So is that tough?
You roll to kick some ass, so yeah, plus tough.
Kick some ass, yes. Okay.
As you kick the door in with an assault rifle.
Oh, hell yeah.
13.
Yay!
Go ahead and pick an enhanced effect. You can completely hold the advantage and everyone gets a +1. You suffer no harm at all. Your attack inflicts double the normal harm, or your attack drives the enemy away.
Okay. Double the normal would be 6 harm. That sounds like,
you rolled so freaking well. I'm gonna say that this is only gonna hit the dudes because that's such a good roll.
Yeah. That would hurt the guy, huh? Yeah. I don't really care. If it does, it does.
Fine.
But
yeah,
we'll just.
If you want to do double the harm, you can do double the harm.
I will be doing double the harm.
Okay, crap.
You're gonna kill Adric.
Well, so here's what happens. And this kind of all happens in one moment. This is a glorious moment here. And Zarya, you're kind of watching all of this happen.
Am I out of it yet?
As the knife hit, you started shaking yourself out of it, and you actually feel like a touch on your shoulder. And you hear a voice just like right next to your ear say, "Don't move. Help is probably on the way. Just, settle in. 3, 2, and as soon as he says 1, the door gets kicked open, and Christopher comes in with an assault rifle and just starts spraying the room. Adric, can you act under pressure to see if you can't?
I can certainly try.
You can try, but let's see. Roll plus cool.
Oh,
It's
4.
do you want to like use luck?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, like Jova doesn't care, but I mean I'm
no,
really
no,
sorry.
that's cool. What happens when you are unstable? Like when you run out of hit points?
You will. It depends on what's exactly harming you. If there's an effect, if you're getting shot, you're gonna be basically bleeding out. For you, that's a little different, because you're gonna basically have an unfortunate side effect.
My question is more of a, because I know I can heal myself by killing and feeding, can I bring myself back up from 0? I've never been in this situation before.
Well, I will tell you right now, your life drain of that guy gave you back 2 harm. So, like, you were able to heal yourself a little bit with that life drain because you rolled successfully to hit him.
Okay.
But you're still gonna take 6 from Kristova.
Yeah,
Plus
I'm okay
whatever you took.
You're okay with that?
Yeah, I'm okay with
What
that.
does that take you to? If you
That would take me to 1.
Take you to 1. Okay. And for 1, you have gotten a taste of blood. You feel so much better as you're literally ripping this thing's life force out. And then Kristova kicks in that door. You get just enough time to turn as she just fires off this assault rifle. The thing in your arms basically, like, it moves as if it's getting hit, and you're feeling like splashes of salt water on your face, in your wounds, and then you feel yourself get hit in the gut, and you kind of like hit the ground. You've got a gut wound. It is not good, but you're there. And the thing in front of you that you had been holding kind of like screams and fades out of existence, and the one that Sasha had thrown a knife at also screams and fades out of existence. There's only one left, and it's holding Sasha by the throat, and it's kind of regretting that decision at the moment. And Zarya, you are free. You heard a voice. Adric, you're in the gut. Sasha, you're struggling with this thing.
So Zarya, who's usually pretty composed, sees Edric getting that hurt, screeches like nothing you've heard, throws off her coat, and this ethereal, like, almost like so bright to look at breastplate appears, and she goes like this with her hands. And this energy forms, and there's a flaming sword in her hand, and she just fucking swings at the thing holding Sasha.
Absolutely.
Angrily.
Go ahead and roll to kick some fucking ass.
My God, you're all so dope.
7. On a 7, you and whatever you're fighting inflict harm on each other. So how much harm does that do?
It's 3 harm, hand, fire, holy, it says, which sounds like a bunch of words.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, absolutely. You do 3 harm. It does a little bit of extra. It feels like you swing at this thing, it feels like it's a more solid hit. You actually do 4 harm. And this thing lets go of Sasha as you swing and you pull back. And this thing is like, what the fuck is going on? And you hear that same voice that was like behind you go, well, you're new. And Sasha, you are now free. You're not being held by this thing anymore.
Okay. Well,
Kristova's
I
also-
still have a gun.
Mine.
Yeah. You can absolutely do something.
I would like to try to shoot this thing with the gun that Edric gave me. I don't have the stats for the gun though.
Two harm. I can give you the stats.
Roll to kick some ass.
2 harm,
yeah.
close, loud.
Yeah, it'll be loud, but it'll be that.
It's a 9mm
the
gun.
loud problem with the assault rifle.
I was
an
gonna
11.
say. That.
So you get to, you're gonna kick some ass and you're gonna do an extra effect. You can gain the advantage, you can inflict terrible harm, you can suffer less harm, or you can force them where you want them.
Okay. The forward. Does that end when this combat ends, or can I? Or is it just like in general?
All hunters involved in the fight you can give that to one of them for this encounter.
And what did I
So
take
when
harm?
this encounter is done, does it go away?
I'm gonna say no, but you're gonna have to use it on either in this encounter
I'll
or
tell you
the
what I
next
want to
roll.
do
Yeah.
is I want to take the forward and then use it on a medicine check on Adric. Because we're in the med
Yeah,
bay.
I'm gonna say that's a consequence of the fight. Absolutely. And
Okay, so that's
don't
what I
worry,
want to
Zarya.
do.
We'll get to what it does to you too. Gotta see what Sasha gets to actually do through this. So you're gonna give you're giving the +1 to Adric?
Dude, I'm keeping it.
You're gonna keep
so
it
I
to give to
can-
someone.
Do a med check on Adric
Cool.
with that.
Cool. Absolutely.
Um,
So you do how
At
much
some
harm?
point,
It's
two?
too hard.
2 harm.
Okay, so you fire off a shot at this thing, it stumbles back, and it screeches. And Zarya, you feel like you should actually, like, your ears hurt, everyone is kind of like, oh, fuck. But you're feeling like that, this thing should have been able to hurt you. But something helped you instead. As you had pulled back, you felt a little tug on the back of your neck, and you moved out of the way. As Sasha fires off this shot, this thing is like flickering and screeching as it's trying to move. Kristova, what do you want to do?
okay, I want to look to the two people behind me and be like, that one's a monster and that one's some kind of angel. We need to get them off the boat. Because I have 4 people.
Yeah, the 4 people behind you are all kind of crowding in the door because you're in the door and you just started firing, and they're like peering over your shoulder, and they can kind of see the lump on the ground that is Adric. Zarya's in the corner, they can't see her yet, they can probably see a little bit of the effect. And they're like, what are you talking? Let us in! You said there was help! We've heard gunshots! Let us in! They're trying to push past you.
I'll let them go. Go ahead, go see.
Yeah, and you see these 4 guys start pushing their way into the room, and the thing turns at all of them and just lets out this horrible shriek. And it's going to meet one of these guys' eyes. And
Do I take any harm for the?
Yes, because as he's shrieking, you feel that cold from where it hits your throat, and you're going to take 1 harm as that lingering effect.
Is that included the resilience, or is that?
Yeah, it's only 1 harm. So
Can I
if
try
you
to
have
like
armor,
cover Sasha's ears or
Well,
something?
it's not really
Like,
armor. It's the resilience.
resilience, yeah,
It's
you-
technically armor.
yeah, like it would. It's doing everyone else 1 harm as they're going to try and attack it, but you feel like you're a little bit tougher, a little bit stronger.
Weird. Okay.
And yeah, these guys, I gotta.
As I hear the yell that one's a monster or demon or whatever it is, Adric, who's now like been injured, is just going to come out of that form and is on the ground bleeding out on his side on the ground.
Then they kind of look around, and I mean, most of them are focused on this thing. The one that got bit this thing's eyes by accident, it like covers his face, and you guys see a little bit of blood coming down his hands as he's covering his eyes, and he just like faints. One of them is down. The others pull their guns and they just open fire on the thing that just shrieked at them. And I'm just gonna see what they do.
Yeah.
Hey, not bad. Yeah, they're able to. They get some shots off. They're also feeling like they look disoriented, and they're blinking a lot as that shriek kind of hits them harder than it's hitting some of you. And Kristova, you watch as they're just kind of firing blindly. They do manage to hit this thing, and it gets hit once and twice and starts fading away as it's gone. And these guys are rubbing their eyes and like wiping blood from their nose.
Good job, boys.
And
while they're firing,
yeah.
I would like to try to like army crawl between their legs to get out of the foray, and then pick up some like med supplies and run to Edric.
Yeah,
I'm gonna follow Sasha.
And then I would like to use my med kit to try to heal him with a +1. That's cool.
Yeah, that's plus cool.
Okay.
I think.
Help out.
Help out. Yeah, we'll call this a help out.
Yeah, and so
10,
on a
yeah.
10, you do -2 harm.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And so, Kristova, you're kind of surveying
Nice.
the situation as Sasha army crawls his way over to Edric, who now looks normal, and starts whipping out medical supplies and like grabbing them from various places. Zarya's also like dropped and trying to get over there as well. And you turn back to these three guys who are like disoriented, wiping at the blood, and they're like, "Oh, Kristova, what are you talking about?" And you all hear a voice as these three are handling things. And in the middle of this room, you see a figure, much like Adric, fade into view. He's dressed in that same blue uniform, but he's not red-eyed. He's looking like he's covered in water as well, but he doesn't have the red eyes. And Zarya, you hear the same voice, but everyone hears it now say, "This seems a little problematic. Why don't I help out a little bit and sleep?" And he snaps his fingers, and the three guys who had been like wiping blood turn to him and just drop as he meets each of their eyes. And he's kind of going like, "You managed to have it? Well, aren't you all very fun?
Those were mine.
You know what? Sure. Didn't seem to be very helpful in the moment. So, thought we'd nice to have like a little chat before those guys were going to shoot me like they shot them. Are you going
Why
to shoot
should they
me?
not?
Because I'd really rather not. I could put you to sleep too.
Are you with them?
Yeah.
That's a complicated question.
Are you the spy?
That would be correct. My name's Patrick Kennedy of the Queen's Army. Well, we'll deal with that as it comes, but you can just call me Patty. And we currently have a massive problem going on. I don't know if you know that, but they're dead. Technically, I'm dead. And, well, they're going to kill you. So we've got to deal with that now, don't we? And that's where we're going to end tonight.
Oh, Patrick Kennedy.
Patty, good old Patty Kennedy.
Patty O'Kennedy.
Oh,
Yeah.
Patsy.
Oh, Edric, what are you at now?
Yeah.
3.
3.
Thank you for that. Thank you for
So
that.
You're gonna have
Sorry
a
for
moment.
shooting you
Don't
with an
worry.
assault rifle.
Yeah, I'll just say like as you come in, you're patching up Adric. Like he's bleeding. There's black and red blood. You know, it's got him right in the gut. It's a bad wound, but at the same time, there's this weird smile on his face. He just looks satiated. He just looks like just kind of like.
It's just like, I don't know what the fuck is up with you. This is freaky. Smiling as he's like tying bandages, just like this guy freaks me out, but he's bleeding, and that's the problem.
A rough day all around so far for all of you. Seems like you might have some help now. And you're gonna get a chance to plan and deal with what's going on.
Oh yeah, the Monster of the Week planning stage. I forgot about this. It's a
you've gotten
planning
to a point where
stage.
you're gonna get a bunch of information and make your plan for what you want to do at the end of the day.
Final.
Because the sun is going down, and the hunter's job will be to take the information that they get and that they have and come up with a plan, and we're gonna put it into action next time on Historical Mystoricals. So we
That
have a
is
nice
so cool.
little bit of time to think about that. As you all are healing and bleeding and satiated and getting an introduction to good old Patrick Empty. And so, thank you guys. Thanks for playing. Thanks for
Well
playing
done,
along.
everyone.
Thanks
Jackie,
for
thank
watching.
you.
Thank you for DMing. Keeper.
Yeah.
Thank you for keeping.
For keeping.
Yes.
Thanks for keeping.
Yes. Yes.
And we'll see y'all next time. Bye-bye.
And we are no longer recording. Wait, no, we're still recording.